Hello and welcome to my video. It's the second one of the day. I'm churning them out like nobody's business. As always, thank you so much for all your likes and your comments and your messages and your shares and your views. It really does mean a lot. As well as YouTube, of course, you can see my work on Faceake, Instagram, Twitter, WordPress, and my website jonkid.co.uk. Going to be painting quite big. This one's about 20 by 16 inches. I'm painting in acrylics. There's my palette, just in a mess tin. There'll be artists everywhere cringing at my colour theory, or lack thereof. But it works for me. And start waving my arms about. So just establish a quick horizon. Not putting any thought into it, I'm just doing it. And I've been pretty busy of late. About a week ago, I was interviewed on camera by the artist Roy Barry, and he was commissioned to create films, um, which kind of show what artists went through, and in particular artists with disabilities. Um, During the lockdown, so it was really exciting, and yeah, it's the film's been published, it's now finished, and the results are tremendous. Really are such an important film. You know, it features me, and there's a musician, there's a mixed media artist, there's a photographer, and a blacksmith, and it's a fantastic film. I'll be putting links in my description of films by RB Media. Of course, Roy Barry, who did all the camera work and the sound and the post-processing after. He's very, very skilled. He's a brilliant artist. He's got a great mind. And he's one of the loveliest blokes you could possibly meet. He's just finished his MA. He'll be starting his PhD um, in the new year. So yeah, busy chap. But yeah, I'm extremely humbled to have been asked, and in due course I'll be posting a film of me being interviewed. But I'll give it a while before I do that. So yeah, thank you, Roy Barry. So just yeah, get a bit of a hill on the go on this horizon, using Payne's Grey. Also got sap green with a little bit of carmine red mixed to it. And later on I'll be using yellow with a little dash of orange added in. And again, it's no planning, no thought, I'm just doing. I'm not using any reference photos or anything, all from my mind as always. And there tend to be scenes from the Peak District where I spent many years before moving away 5 years ago. And yeah, I miss the Peak District. Some amazing times there. Oh, that feature on the left on the horizon, it's looking like Stanage Edge already in the Peak District, just on the moors overlooking Hathersage. Let's put a little bit of white on that horizon just to see what happens. Yeah, it's one of my favourite places, Stanage. And at the end of Stanage, there's a big rocky outcrop of promontory, and that's called Higator. I used to do a lot of photography up there, and I had one or two dramas up Higator. There's one occasion, it must have been over 10 years ago now, when I was doing photography, and I lugged my camera up there with a lens and a tripod and a filter attached to the lens, and it's literally all I had, and it wasn't insured, and it did cost a bit, not mega money, but it's all I had. It's literally a camera and a lens. And one day I was up there and it was bloody windy, and I set up next to a cliff to get the sunset, and I turned my back on the tripod, which is a big no-no. You shouldn't have it next to a bloody cliff anyway, let alone turn your back on it in a gale. And the wind took the whole bloody lot over the cliff, and there was a sickening crash at the bottom. It fell about 20 foot down, something like that, and oh, I was absolutely heartbroken. So I clambered down, got all the stuff and what was left of my pulverised camera and lens, and just threw it in the back of the boot in the car. I just sat in the car and cried because it weren't insured or anything. And as far as I'm concerned, that was the end of photography for me. Yeah, that was it. I packed up on the spot, and I went home completely despondent, and my wife put it on Facebook. Um, and then that evening, a very good friend of mine, Zoe, who she was in Buxton Mountain. Well, she still is Buxton Mountain Rescue Team, and she was with me when I was in the team, and she was an extremely good colleague and friend. And yeah, she gave me her camera and a lens, which yeah, was overcome with emotion. She didn't want anything for it at all, and she played it down. She said, "Oh, it's broken anyway," and she said it was an insurance claim, so it's not worth anything. And yeah, that might have been the case, but it was just that gesture, the kindness that encouraged me to carry on doing photography. And I think if it wasn't for Zoe, I wouldn't be doing this now. I wouldn't have done my photography degree. I won't be sat here painting. So yeah, Zoe, if you're listening, I've never forgotten, and I'll always be in your debt. That's my trusty paint tube, just scratching some paths and things in. A little bit of detail in the yellow, so it's starting already. Well, I've been painting 8 minutes and it's got there quite nicely. Put some features on the foreground. It's kind of reminiscent of Lathkildale in the Peak District. It's one of me. Well, it probably is my favourite dale in the whole of the Peak District down there. Yeah, did many happy walks around there. Quite a few, well, occasional call-outs down there at Mountain Rescue. And if we ever got a job at the Money Ash end, if I had to rendezvous at the car park, there was always a bloody ice cream van. And yeah, we'd pull up, and the ice cream van would wait, because he knew that when we'd finished the job, we'd all queue up for an ice cream. And yeah, every time we were there with his van, so we always, did what we need to do, evacuate the casualty, and then queue up for an ice cream, which I imagine the owner of the van will be rubbing his hands together every time, because there'd be 20 of us after a job queuing up. I think someone jokingly said once that the owner of the ice cream van will be leaving banana skins and stuff down the dale so people would have a fall and we'd have to go and get them. Yeah, great days. So just putting some plenty of movement in. I've got my headphones on, listening to music as always. Just creates a bit more movement, a bit more fluid motion. Excuse the quite poor lighting in there. Got no windows or anything in my studio, and the lights aren't very good. Yeah, it's coming on quite nicely. You know, that sky, I might pretty much leave it. Just have a nice low-key sky, so it doesn't take the eye away from the foreground, from the landscape itself. You'd have to excuse my voice, it's getting steadily and steadily hoarser. I've been doing lots of films and lots of talking. Yeah, I'll listen back to my films all the time just to make sure I haven't made any mistakes, and I sound like Fred Dibner commentating on the snooker. Yeah, we're doing alright, I think. There's plenty of times where I just make a complete and utter mess with the painting because I'm still learning. I've only been doing it seriously, painting every day for about 15 months. Plenty of times I make a mess. But I think if you go in with the right frame of mind, you'll create a painting. Because as soon as you think, oh, I'll do a painting, but I don't think it's going to work out, it won't work out. I think filming every time helps because it kind of forces me to do it right. And in a way, I don't know if this probably isn't the right way of doing it, but it just forces me to be like little bit better. I don't know how. There's a psychology of it. Put a few details in the distance again. Yeah, I do like Lathkildale. I really do. Yeah, there's bloody wildlife down there everywhere you look. Put some rocks and things on the horizon. So far, so good. Excuse me. Yes, I think Lathkildale's got an interesting story to it. There's a hill down there called Fox Tor, and locally it's called Parson's Leap, because the vicar from Monash um, walked to Bakewell one stormy night. She's part of his parish. He went to Bakewell with his horse, and at one point he was leading his horse. He dismounted, leading his horse along the tops of Lathkildale, and he fell off the edge of Parson's Leap in the night, and excuse me, his horse survived, but he went over the edge. And his ghost is said to walk along the tops on a stormy night. And his ghost has also been seen in the local churchyard. And I was camping near Foxtor once, and part of the ghost story is you can see his white horse also walking along the tops. And I was camping at this bloody farm and went to the toilet about 3 in the morning. There was this bloody white horse, and it scared the crap out of me. Just in the mist, morning mist in the dark. I was absolutely bloody terrified. And then, I stayed in my tent, let's sod that. Then next morning I got up, and yeah, it was a real horse. It was the farmer's daughter's bloody horse. But it scared the living daylights out of me. So, I think we're getting there. We're almost there. Almost there. So, yeah. Just get that instinctive feeling we're done. I'm going to leave that sky, Yeah, a few finishing touches. Some rocks and trees. Yeah, I reckon we are almost there. Yeah, I might just put a bit more swirls in the sky, but more titanium white. You can't really tell, I don't think the camera picks it up, but there's some definitely shapes and movement in the sky there. So yeah, almost done. Nice quick one. I always love the quick paintings. Tend to be my best paintings are when I've done them in less than half an hour. I haven't got the patience to work on one painting over days and weeks and months. I like to do it all in one go, as quick as I can. A few last shapes in the sky. It's full of bloody ghost stories around Lathkildale and the surrounding villages. Sort this foreground out a bit. Keep forgetting I'm being recorded and often let out a big sigh like that. Yeah, almost there. Yeah, I had my work experience down Lathkildale with English nature. It was absolutely bloody brilliant. It was surveying stuff, and doing things that wardens do. It was lovely. I loved it. One of my favourite bits was counting varieties of grass and flowers. You just lay down a quadrangle on the floor and just count away, just recording everything. It was lovely. It was bliss, so peaceful. I wish I'd gone and done it, at uni, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I must have only been about 13, 14, something like that, but the guys at English Nature were amazing. They were so welcoming and they were amazing at what they did. So friendly. Yeah, I think that might be it. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.